Hello everyone. If you have a fire in your belly for more money, more impact and more freedom, this video is exactly what you need to be listening to today, right in this moment. Creating more money for yourself, creating more impact where you're able to get your life's work, your body of work into the hands of thousands, if not tens of thousands of people all around the world, and to create more freedom, that time freedom that you've probably been thinking and desiring about for quite some time. Then it's time for you to package up your brilliance, your wisdom, your experience, your content, and host it in one platform and sell it to organizations as a 12-month license where everyone inside their organization gets access to your content, your intellectual property, and sell it for very, very high ticket, premium pricing. What I'm going to do today is walk you through an actual B2B global platform so you can start thinking about how you can do that for yourself. And at any time, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, just comment below or send me a private message and we can talk about your content, your body of work, your magic, your brilliance, and see if licensing is the next best step for you. So I'm going to jump in right now. I've got so many notes in front of me because I don't want to miss anything for you. This is a client that we've been working with for quite some time. She's a mindset and mindfulness coach and had many programs, probably about 10 different programs. She was selling them for different price points. Some were $97, some were $1,997, and her most expensive was $4,500. Instead, we have repackaged all of her brilliance and hosted that content, plus she's created new content that speaks to the corporate marketplace and hosted them in one platform. So when an organization purchases a 12-month license from her, which is $75,000 US, they get instant access to everything around mindset and mindfulness in the workplace in one place. And what is so brilliant for you, there's a few different reasons. One, organizations spend millions of dollars on attracting, training, and retaining their people. So they're actively looking for platforms that are full with content on a specific topic, a specific niche that can either help their entire organization or a department, sales, marketing, leadership, executive team, the board, etc. In addition, these organizations have budgets allocated to spend on learning and development, upskilling, mental health, happiness in the workplace. So this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you to package up your content and sell as a license, as opposed to selling individual to individual B2C. You'll move into a B2B business model. So for this particular coach, what we have done is we've put together wellness is in the workplace. It's WIIW, and it's the proprietary framework that is the heart of the platform, and it defines what workplace wellness really is. And it has an element of the mental health side because there is now such a hybrid of people working from home, working in the office, and there is an enormous amount of pressure, overwhelm, anxiety around expectations. So having a platform that is full of content that just helps. That's all this content does. It helps, and it has bite-sized pieces of content. You do need to remember that these organizations are doing this all in-house now. So they don't want their people going on, retreats and conferences for a week and bringing facilitators in that's taking 3 days out of their work. These platforms integrate in-house. So somebody could be about to go and do a presentation. They're feeling a little overwhelmed. Maybe they're feeling a little burnt out. They just pop in their AirPods and listen to a 5-minute meditation or pep talk, and they get them into the zone. Somebody could be invited to do a presentation to a pitch deck to an investor. They are nervous about public speaking. We have clients that their entire platform is around confidence in the workplace, and public speaking is a big part of that. So you really need to get into the mind of the workplace and what type of content they need, and it is those bite-sized pieces. They don't want their people sitting at their desk and watching a 2-hour course or program or module. It must be those bite-sized pieces. So there's 4 pillars to wellness is in the workplace. Presence, perspective, performance, and purpose are the 4 particular pillars for this platform. So presence, stillness is the secret weapon of high performance. And the type of content pieces that this coach has created are guided audio practices. They're 5 to 15 minutes only, like honoring that these organizations want quick results, quick wins in the workplace. Presence labs for leaders and teams, and crisis regulation protocols for high pressure scenarios. So everything is in that element of presence with that first pillar of this wellness platform. Perspective, reframe your reality to reshape your results. So some of the bite-sized content pieces here are around mindset reframing, self-coaching templates and leadership reflection journals, conflict resolution through conscious communication, and a lot of these are just micro masterclasses. Audios that people can either watch as a video or listen when they're on the train to work. Maybe they're at the gym, having a walk at lunch, sitting at their desk, working on something else. They are all in the moment pieces of content that help. You're solving those problems and pain points that organizations are having. They want their people happy at work, working efficiently, working effectively. And if you have a methodology, a formula, a framework that can assist with that, then this is exactly what you should be doing now to create that money, impact, freedom in your business and life. Performance is the 3rd pillar, and that is around well-being isn't the opposite of productivity, it's the fuel. So there is a peak flow productivity protocol as a content piece, biohacking the workday, stress, sleep, and focus integration, and performance rituals for teams and executives. So around the performance, it's really bridging the gap between wellness and performance KPIs, which is incredibly important in the workplace. So the organizations, every single person inside the organization learn how to embed peak flow cycles, energy management, and strategic recovery into the rhythm of the business. And that leads to that higher output with very little burnout, if any. So your pillars are going to be broken down into each content piece, and it's all very results driven, and it is about those quick wins. Somebody's feeling anxious in the workplace. They're feeling a sense of overwhelm. Instead of leaving, going home, having to leave the office for a period of time, they can go into your platform and discover tools and strategies that can help them in that moment, not in 12 months' time, not next week, but today in that moment. And that is priceless to an organization, priceless. Again, looping back to how much organizations spend on attracting, training, and retaining their people. Purpose is the 4th pillar. When work feels meaningful, people show up differently. There's a lot in this about misalignment and really helping employees reconnect with the why behind their work. People forget, they get burnt out, they get tired, they get stretched, and it all feels very misaligned, and that's when people leave. These organizations want their people to stay. They want to build a culture of connection, of purpose. And this pillar highlights content pieces such as legacy work and value-based leadership models, culture blueprints to turn mission statements into lived experiences, and purpose labs for team visioning, teamwork, and alignment. So these 4 pillars for this particular platform, there's between 20 and 23 content pieces under each one, again, all bite-sized. The platform also has 365 days of mindset and mindfulness episodes, little podcast episodes. They're 3-minute brain breaks, 3-minute brain breaks, and there's one every single day. What we have done here, which is a little bit different, is this particular wellness in the workplace platform is really focused on micro. Everything's bite-sized, and there is different versions. So I truly believe that people digest content differently. We learn differently, and that is really highlighted in here. Honoring that people digest content differently and learn differently. So there is audios, there is written, there is workbooks, there is journals, there is AI prompts, masterclasses, the video, audio, it's all encompassed. So whatever type of content you digest that's best for you, there is a format for that. So that's a really crucial part to remember, and something that I see people get wrong a lot. They just have all video. Not everybody wants to sit and watch a video. So really think about that. Okay, this particular license is $75,000 per organization. Now, what you need to remember here is there is no income cap. You build your platform once, and this is where that time freedom comes in. You build the platform once and you can sell it on repeat. Meaning there is no ceiling, no income cap. You could sell 10 $75,000 licenses, in the next 90 days. You could sell 3 a month for the next 12 months. Organizations are actively looking for content that's not scattered. It's streamlined. It's in one place. They don't want their people going onto Google and YouTube and trying to figure things out on their own. They want it all in one place. This is such an incredible life-changing opportunity for you to host all of your content in one platform, build it once and sell it on repeat for premium pricing, high ticket. Usually the price points are anything from $50K to $250K per license, but obviously it varies for everyone. Organizations are no longer looking just for wellness perks. They are looking and investing in wellness infrastructure that directly inputs employee retention and loyalty, leadership, emotional intelligence, reduced burnout and sick days, that's a really big one, increased productivity and innovation, stronger culture and team dynamics, and mental health compliance and ESG goals. They don't have the time to build this on their own. They don't want to spend $500,000, $1 million to get a build out from scratch. That is why you will have it ready on a silver platter, and we remove any friction in the sales process. So this is something that I personally love about it so much. No paid ads. These people are not on Facebook looking for wellness innovation and wellness infrastructure in their business. There's no sales calls. Instead, we handpick who your dream unicorn buyers are, the organizations that you know will benefit immensely from your content, from your brilliance, from your magic. and we reach out to them directly and offer a free trial. 7, 14, 21 or 30 days free trial, risk-free, zero obligation. You don't take their credit card. And at the end of that time, the decision makers, whether it's a CEO, a founder of a startup, a HR manager, marketing director, learning and development director, whatever it is, for them it's either an effortless yes. I've just transferred the 75K, the 300K, it's in your bank account. Or it's a no, and often the no we're finding is a not right now because they've just allocated that budget to another content piece, another licensing deal, another B2B global platform. So there is no sales friction. You're not chasing, you're attracting. You're not chasing, you're attracting. And you are finally speaking to people that have money to spend. You're finally speaking to people that have money to spend. So also for the platform itself, the organization receives unlimited company-wide access for 12 months. They do not want to pay per user. They do not want to pay per time usage. This is one of the greatest gifts you can give them, is the fact that it's all in one spot. It's all hosted in one spot. Go High Level, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, Kartra, etc. It is such a streamlined, simple process for them. Every single person in their organization gets access to it. Some of our clients are doing something a little bit different at the moment, and they're offering family and friends as well. So the licensing are a little bit more. You're probably looking at more like a 300K or 250K, 350K price point and above. Everybody in the organization gets access, plus their family and friends. And it's usually like a 5 pass. So every single person in the organization has 5 individual passes / licenses that they can share as well. Imagine being the organization, the CEO, the founder of the startup, and providing that for your people. Incredible. It becomes a no-brainer, and you really need to tie in those very intentional strategic marketing strategies, such as something like that. And if we were to work together one-on-one, it's all custom, it's all bespoke. There's different strategies for each of you. You also need to think about lifetime value and lifetime customer here. Most organizations are not coming in and just buying a 12-month license. They buy year after year after year. Obviously at a cheaper price point. So let's say the very first year they came in and they paid 200K for a 12-month license. They had 20,000 people in their organization. They want to buy year 2. We'd probably make that like maybe 175K, maybe 150K, with a different intention behind that pricing tier. You also have the option of pricing tiers. So not every organization comes in and pays the 200K. You could have pricing tiers and have gated content. And that's why hosting it in something like Kajabi or Go High Level is so incredibly powerful, because you can hide certain content and gatekeep certain content. This is such an exciting opportunity for you to grow and scale your business very, very quickly. We usually have the platforms built within 21 days and selling. And I have a personal promise and guarantee. I've been in business for 29 years, so I understand and I feel in my bones that we've all been burnt before. It's happened to me just recently. We're skeptical in the online space. So my personal promise and guarantee is if we don't sell your first license within the 3 months of working together, if that's the package that you choose for one-on-one, I'll continue personally to work with you for free until we sell that first high ticket license. ROI guaranteed. Okay, what I would like to wrap up and finish with is, when you are creating your content, I want you to join the conversation that these unicorn buyers, your prospects, are having right now. You're going to move away from what we just call mass market, like shouting from the rooftops. It becomes about volume. If somebody is willing to pay you 75K, 125K, 200K for something that you've already built, we need to then start thinking about that personalization. And I'll give you a brief example. One of our clients sold their very first B2B Global Platform 3 weeks ago, which is incredibly exciting. And it is female leadership in the tech startup world, and sold to a software company that's female founded, female board, female run. They wanted 3 very specific modules that they could use in their international retreat that they had coming up, and it's actually coming up really soon. It became a no-brainer, like a non-negotiable. Of course, that's what you need. That is what we will create. And then my beautiful client who was working on that spent 2 days, curated the messaging, curated exactly what they needed, and recorded it in 2 days. So that personalization, that custom element, needs to be something you start thinking about now as you're creating that content. So you build it once, and then you sell that license as many times as you can, but not just to anybody. We want to really curate your core message. You are now going to be seen as a category of one, a thought leader. Your content is in the hands of thousands, if not tens of thousands of people all around the world. You sell to a bank, a global bank, or a financial institution, that's 20,000 people that have got access, instant access to your content. On the other hand, you might sell to a startup that's recently been invested in, and they've got 12 people on their team. And you're going to find that a lot. It varies. But it is your role as the thought leader, the category of one, the unicorn, that is so rare, to really drive your message in one that is not shouting from the rooftops, but it's an invitation. Instead, you're leaning in and whispering the right words in the right ear at the right time. It's very different to what you've been doing. People are not in Facebook groups asking how they can get their hands on your content. It's curated messaging, and you must have a USP, a unique selling proposition that is so incredibly dialed in that the person or the people that you reach out to, the decision makers, feel like you have joined the conversation that they're having in their mind right now, and you're presenting it on a silver platter. I want you to move away from that mindset of that you're for everyone. You are the unicorn. You are for the select few. I speak to my clients about this a lot, but I want you to start thinking about you as like this golden empire, this golden kingdom, and people are buying the keys to access your content. You're the golden kingdom. You're the treasure box. And they are buying, they're purchasing the keys, but they're just lending them because it's a license. They're borrowing the keys for 12 months to your magic, your brilliance, your experience, your wisdom. And then year 2, we're going to ask them to buy again. So it becomes this lifetime customer. You must change your mindset in that you're for everyone. You can solve any problem in any niche, on any topic. You need to dial in your messaging to speak directly to these decision makers, and you handpick them. If we work together, my market research team spends between 3 and 6 days profiling and finding out exactly who these people are. We do a lot of work, I call it digging, on LinkedIn. That's where they're hanging out. They're not in Facebook groups. They're not in, pages on Facebook or groups in Facebook asking questions. Instead, you are curating a message that highlights your unique selling proposition, what makes your platform a unicorn, And because my team dials into exactly who they are and what they need right now, we can curate not only your message, but your content to them. Then they get the invite to the free trial, and 9 out of 10 people that you invite say yes to the free trial. It's zero obligation to them, no credit card, and it has the potential to help thousands of people in their organization globally, or every single person in their organization, depending on what angle of messaging we go into. We also make sure that you are positioned as the category of one, the thought leader, the unicorn, and all of your media, PR, joint ventures is 100% done for you. So we get you on podcasts to be speaking about your content, your platform, with the CTA, the call to action being to do the free trial. We get you published, we get your white articles published, we get you seen and heard, and more eyeballs on what you're doing and the work you're doing. But the difference is it's the right eyeballs. It's not just a matter of going and spending, $97 on one of those media companies, and now you can suddenly put that you've been featured on Fox News and, what are the others, Entrepreneur and all of those ones that you see on every second person's website. No. You'll be speaking to a publication that specializes in your topic, your niche. You'll be on podcasts where every single person listening is your dream unicorn buyer, because they're a CEO, they're a founder, they're the HR manager, the marketing director, depending on what angle we go. That was a lot to unpack, but I hope in this moment you're feeling excited, activated, and possibly a little stretched, which is a great feeling, and possibly a little nervous, which is a great feeling, because that means that stirring in your soul, that fire in your belly that you have right now, is the indicator that it's time for you to move. Money loves speed. Money loves speed. Income loves speed. Impact, freedom, they love speed. So it really is about you saying yes to yourself and taking that radical self-ownership and accountability that I talk about so often, to make sure that this is your time to change everything about your business, and most definitely everything about your bank account, because the overall goal in terms of profit is multi-six-figure months consistently, not just once, but consistent. And you need to have a repeatable, scalable system to do that, which is the unicorn system. That is the methodology that will move you from where you are now to building, launching, and selling your B2B global platform within 21 days, and then having that additional support one-on-one with me to continue to sell licenses all over the world and creating more money, more impact, and more freedom for you. For full transparency, it is a $20,000 US investment. There are no payment plans on this particular offer. 3 months one-on-one with me, not my support coaches, myself. You will also get access to my entire team, the funnel builders, the website developers, the world-class copywriters, our entire content and graphic creative team, to ensure that you are exactly where you need to be with that build, launch, and sell model. And in addition, all of your PR and media for the 3 months will be 100% done for you. It's all included, with my personal guarantee and promise that after the 3 months of working one-on-one together, if you haven't sold if you haven't sold your first B2B Global Platform 12-month license, you and I will continue to work together 100% for free for you. You won't pay another cent until we do. ROI guaranteed, super important. So I invite you to comment below or send me a private message. Let's jump on a Zoom call, not a sales call, a Zoom call, to see if the content that you have is in a position to be licensed, or if you want to start from scratch, which so many of our clients want to do. we can have that discussion, because it has to be mutually beneficial. If I don't feel like we can get you that sale, and if I don't feel personally that I can help you with what you're doing, it's a no from me, because I can't guarantee that that's going to be a product that we can help you build, launch, and sell. And with my personal guarantee, that's really important that we can do that with you. I hope you're feeling that excitement, that fire in your belly, that it is now time to do what you need to do to make this B2B global platform happen. You've done all the work, you've got the experience, you've got the knowledge, you've got those feast and famine months. It's enough. It's time to stop throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something works. It's time to have that repeatable system and creating multi-six-figure months, impacting thousands and thousands of people with your work, with your magic, and creating more time freedom than you've ever had before, because you'll build the platform once and sell it on repeat. You're not having to show up and do Zoom calls or host a community in school or a Facebook group. It is hands off, no delivery for you. They buy the license, and then it is over to them to implement and execute within their organization. You're not answering questions. You're not having to do anything for them. There's no done for you element. It is a 100% build it once and then hands off. Creating my B2B global platform has changed my life and my business, and I know it will do the same for you. All right, thank you for sharing your time with me. Comment below, send me a private message. Even if just a tiny bit of today has excited you and you'd like to hear more, let's chat. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. I respect it greatly, and I will hopefully speak to you very soon. If not, go ahead, start building, start selling, and create your very own legacy unicorn piece that is a B2B global platform. Thanks again, and bye for now.